What's happening, everybody? It's a nice day at the park here over in Thousand Palms where I'm currently staying at. I just got done shooting some hoops and I wanted to see about taking time out in order to make kind of a response video to a YouTuber I really like named, I think his name is DocG67. And he made a video just a couple days ago about why am I choosing to be single. And he gave a lot of good reasons, such as he likes to be alone and most women don't really interest him, and he just likes to keep his lifestyle the way it is. And I have similar reasons, but I thought I might go into, in a way, further detail for my own individual reasons why I'm choosing to be single as of right now. Well, I commented on his video 3 reasons. Basically, number one is I'm focusing on bettering myself in my life right now. Number 2, most women, especially young girls around my age, just don't interest me. And 3, I honestly am a person that prefers to be alone, to be by themselves. Now, going to the first reason, I've been, for the past year and a half, really changing my life around. You know, one of the main reasons why I haven't made any videos for quite a long time was because I went through the hardest and most tumultuous time of my life. Without giving away too many details, I was going through a lot of family problems, financial problems, and I didn't know where I wanted to go with my life and what I was going to do with myself. It felt as though my life was basically hitting rock bottom and completely falling apart. And it got to a point in which I actually became very depressed and suicidal. And I had to be put into the hospital in where I'm living at near the Coachella Valley. Well, in the Coachella Valley, my bad. And I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. You know, I was 5150 for one night, and I was also in a separate unit for 2 extra weeks for people who were depressed and suicidal. And although I got a lot of help there, I still knew that I was not ready to go off on my own, go back out into the world. So I wanted to see about staying with someone in my family, like my grandparents or someone else, but they actually didn't want to take me in at the time because they said they just can't handle having me around for whatever reason. And they would rather have me go through a program, like a rehabilitation program, so I can turn my life around. And I was looking around all these other options where I'm living at, and I decided that I was going to stay at this homeless shelter called the Coachella Valley Rescue Mission in Indio. And I stayed there for 8 months trying to figure out what I'm going to do with myself and where I was going to go. And being there was one of the best decisions of my life because they help you out with job training, they help you out with work experience, they help you out with housing, and all these other things, as long as you run your program and you dedicate yourself to bettering yourself. And that's all I was doing. I did not want to get caught up with all this other BS or bullshit that all these guys were doing. Most of the guys that came into the homeless shelter that were going through the programs there, they came and they went because they just wanted to go back to doing drugs or alcohol, or they got into a fight with somebody, and yada, yada, yada. And I wasn't interested in that. So after I was at the mission, I then got myself a job, well, a few jobs. I worked as a dishwasher and prep cook at this place called the Monterey Country Club in Palm Desert, and I also have worked as a dishwasher and silverware roller at the Yard House. But then I quit that job, and now I'm working as a line cook over at Red Lobster, full-time with benefits. Although I started as a dishwasher, I told them that, hey, I want to work all different areas of the kitchen. I don't want to be just a dishwasher. So they put me on prep cook, pantry, fry, and line, and they're going to train me on grill pretty soon so that I will get more of a pay raise and more hours. And so right now, I'm basically focusing more on my career as far as being a cook and eventually a chef. But I decided that rather going to culinary school and getting a degree in culinary arts, which honestly has no value in the real world, I've been told by my former supervisors at the kitchen at the Coachella Valley Rescue Mission, where I had my first real kitchen experience at, and other people, that the best way to learn how to cook and become a master at it is actually doing it, working in a real job and dedicating yourself on your off time to learn how to cook. So I've been doing a lot of that. And I've also been investing myself more in my hobbies, such as I've been learning how to cut and scratch like an old school hip hop DJ. I also like to exercise 5 days a week. I also, like today with me, I went over to this park right here and I decided to go out and shoot hoops, work on my basketball skills. And among other things, reading and bike riding and all other stuff. So I've been taking a lot of this time out recently, especially with the past year and a half, to focus on going from being at the rock bottom to being more so to the top. Basically taking every opportunity and every day to better my life so I can become a happier and more productive person. And I'm a lot happier and more productive in my life than I ever been. So I haven't been, and plus another thing is that I'm not planning on staying around here in the valley forever. The Coachella Valley honestly is a very, very, very boring place to live. There's really nothing to do unless you want to do something you've already done a million times. And I'm planning on going ahead and moving out of here within 6 months. And I'm thinking about going to Phoenix because it's a lot cheaper and there's to live there and there's more opportunity and jobs available. So given all these investment and time into developing myself, I don't really have that much time to be with a girlfriend, to be going out with a woman right now. I'm focusing on having a better relationship with myself and building myself up to be where I want to be in life. Now, second, I know that a lot of girls that might be watching this, or a lot of women will say, oh, you don't like women, blah, 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 blah. No, I love women. I like women, but I like quality women. See, the problem is that a lot of women I see, and especially around my age, are really not quality women. You know, I'm in my mid-20s. I'm 26 years old. And a lot of other girls around my age still basically are like 13 years old on the inside. They just don't really have it up here yet. And although I'm 26 years old, I can say for myself and for other people that have come to know me that I am much more mature for my age. Most other guys that are in their mid-20s honestly still don't have their shit together. And it's the same thing with girls. A lot of young girls just don't have their shit together. It's just, it is the way it is, you know? And I would want to be with a woman who has herself together and knows who she is and is confident in herself and know where she's going in life. You know, if she doesn't have that to offer, then honestly, I'm not interested in being with her. You know, and a lot of other younger girls around my age also have a lot of baggage to them. You know, they got issues with their father and their parents. They got kids from another relationship. They got a lot of debt, you know, from student loans or credit card debt and all this other stuff. And I cannot be with someone who is in that position. You know, I'd want to be with a woman who is smart, who is hardworking, and who has made good choices in her life, and she has a good attitude. And I consider myself to be that way. And when you look around, you're honest with yourself, you're going to find out that most girls and most people, honestly, are not like that. A lot of people are just pretty stupid, and they're flaky and they make bad decisions and they're irresponsible, and I just can't. I've gone out with a few girls in my life, probably maybe 3 or 4, to be honest with you. And the reason why is because I haven't gone out with so many girls was because when I was younger, I wasn't very confident in myself as a teenager. But now I'm much more confident with who I am. But I haven't found that many women who are the same and who are in the same position in life as I am. And also, what else can I say? I talked about I'm focusing on myself. There's not too many women that I'm interested in. Oh, and number 3, this has been an issue with me ever since I was a kid, but I have never been the type of person who was more so outgoing. I like to keep to myself. When I was a kid, I never really fitted into anything or followed anything or any social group ever since. I just never identified with what everyone else was doing. And I thought there was something wrong with me when I was younger, and my parents thought there was something wrong with me because they wanted to be more social or whatever. But the older I get, the more I realize that, you know what, the reason why you haven't had too many friends or have gone out with that many girls, not necessarily because you didn't have confidence, but you are just the type of person that would just rather do their own thing and be true to themselves. And what I notice with a lot of other women and a lot of people in general is that they'll do anything in order to try to fit in and go along with what everyone else is doing. And when I was in high school, I can remember people, the way that they follow fads, the way they dress, and the music you listen to. And I always thought, you guys look stupid. And the music you listen to is stupid, Why should I follow this? I'd rather just have my own sense of style and have my own special interests and follow what all you people are doing. And I've always thought the popular kids were some of the biggest douchebags out there in the world, And to me, the cool kids and the cool people in this world were the ones that had their own individual style, personality, tastes, and direction in life. And they didn't care about what everyone else is doing. They're just too busy enjoying themselves and living their best life. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. I'd rather just do my own thing for most of the time. I'm a lone wolf. I like to be able to have the freedom to do what I want to do whenever I want to do it. And a lot of other girls are not like that. A lot of people are not like that. They're followers. They're just trying to do what everyone else is doing in order to try to fit in. But that's just not me. And even I read this one book a few months ago called Freedom from the Known by this Indian philosopher named Jiddu Krishnamurti. Basically talking about how you as a person can reach your full potential by not giving into what the rest of society wants you to do. And I'm going to paraphrase one section of a paragraph that I read in that book. It goes like this. When you live your life trying to impress others and trying to fit in, you're distracting yourself from reaching your own full potential as a human being. And for me, that has further enhanced my belief in just being true to myself and doing my own thing. And one of my favorite comedians of all time, George Carlin, a brilliant man, real funny man too. I read one of his books a while ago, his autobiography when I was in high school, called Last Words. And he talks a lot about he doesn't identify with the rest of human society and all the stupidity and craziness that goes on in this world. He said that no one can figure me out but me. And that just, all the stuff from these guys who I've looked up to and respected just further reassures me that I don't need to be in a relationship with someone just in order to try to fit in and go along with what everyone else is doing. I am better off just doing my own thing and being true to myself. And I'm not saying, given all these details, that I'm going MGTOW or whatever. I love women. I like women, but I like quality women. Okay? I want a quality woman who has a good head on her shoulders, who knows herself and is going in a good direction in life. And she loves and supports me for who I am, and I do the same for her. And we want to collaborate and work together in this direction of life we're going into. You know, so as of yet, I'm single because I'm focusing on me. I haven't found the right woman for myself, and I'm a person that likes to have their own space and do their own thing. And until I find myself a woman who has these certain qualities that I'm looking for, I'm happy being by myself. Okay? There's a lot of benefits to being single. You know? There's so many benefits to being single. Okay? So, guys, just because you're single doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. You have a lot more opportunity to do what you want with your life and taking time to invest in yourself. And then once you reach a point in which you have a good head on your shoulders and you're going off in a good direction in life and what you want to do, then you're more likely to find yourself a woman who is your match, who really loves and supports you for who you are. So guys, love yourself before you love others. That's what I have to say. See you next time.